Welcome to the Report News, and remember, make subscribe, then continue enjoy your news. Raheem Sterling's son, THIAGO, lighting up Arsenal Academy with electric performances. It's a story of legacy, passion, and an extraordinary footballing bloodline continuing in the red and white of North London. THIAGO Sterling, the talented son of England international Raheem Sterling, is now making headlines in his own right after officially joining Arsenal's HALE Academy. What started as a quiet academy registration has turned into one of the most exciting stories in youth football, as the young Sterling dazzles everyone with his flair, maturity, and raw skill, earning comparisons not only to his father, but to some of the brightest HALE graduates in history. At just 11 years old, THIAGO is already a phenomenon. Described by coaches as fearless with the ball at his feet, the youngster operates mainly on the left wing, just like Raheem in his prime, but has also been deployed as a central playmaker due to his incredible vision and game intelligence. Since his arrival at Arsenal, THIAGO has been nothing short of electric. In just his first 10 appearances for the U12 squad, he's notched 9 goals and 12 assists, a tally that has made academy coaches, fans, and youth scouts take serious notice. From the moment he arrived at HALE, THIAGO carried himself with a confidence well beyond his years. There was pressure, of course. Being the son of a Premier League and England star automatically puts a spotlight on a child, but THIAGO hasn't flinched. He's embraced the Sterling name, but is on a mission to carve his own legacy, and what he's producing on the pitch is already separating him from being just a footballer's son. The early matches were telling. On his debut against Chelsea U12s, THIAGO cut inside from the left and whipped a curling shot into the top corner, echoing the kind of goal his father used to score at the Etihad. His goal celebration, arms wide open with a smile, spoke of joy rather than ego. He followed that with a sensational solo performance against Tottenham's youth side, where he scored once and assisted 3 others, completely dominating the game. According to Arsenal's U12 head coach, THIAGO brings the same intensity and directness that Raheem had at a young age, but what sets him apart is his tactical understanding. He already reads the game like a teenager. That's high praise, especially considering HALE has produced elite talents like Bukayo Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe, and more recently Ethan Nwaneri. THIAGO's playing style is built on pace, sharp dribbling, and an instinctive understanding of space. He has the quick feet to escape tight marking, and his low centre of gravity makes it incredibly hard to dispossess him. What's surprising is his composure in front of goal. He finishes like someone twice his age, often slotting past keepers with calm assurance, rather than blasting shots wildly. The Arsenal culture seems to be bringing out the best in him. Surrounded by a diverse, competitive, and technically gifted group of young players, THIAGO thrives in the club's philosophy of progressive football. He's learning the values of humility, work rate, and patience, key traits instilled at HALE. While other clubs had reportedly tried to lure him, including Chelsea and even Manchester City, where his father made his name, the Sterlings decided Arsenal would offer the best balance between football and education. Raheem himself has kept a respectful distance from the limelight when it comes to his son's development. "It's his journey," Raheem was quoted in a recent interview. "I give him advice, sure, but I don't want to interfere too much. I just want to see him enjoy the game and grow as a young man." That freedom seems to have allowed THIAGO to thrive on his own terms. Off the pitch, THIAGO is also impressing. He's known to be a quiet, focused student, well-liked among teammates and academy staff. He shows leadership by example, often the first on the training ground and the last to leave. His maturity in handling praise and pressure has been commended even by senior coaches, who keep a close eye on the academy's brightest talents. What's next for the young prodigy? If he continues on this trajectory, THIAGO Sterling could find himself involved with Arsenal's U14s and U15s much earlier than expected. The plan is to keep him grounded, gradually increase his competitive exposure, and surround him with mentors like Jack Wilshere, now involved in youth development, to ensure he evolves as both a footballer and person. There's even quiet talk in North London that THIAGO could be the next HALE jewel, perhaps even more refined than some before him. Time will tell. But for now, the son of Raheem Sterling is not only living up to the name, He's writing his own story in Arsenal red. Another news. Julian Alvarez, the relentless Argentine forward nicknamed La Araña, the Spider, has officially joined Arsenal Football Club in the summer of 2025, completing one of the most sensational moves of the transfer window. The £75 million deal from Manchester City to Arsenal shocked the Premier League, not just for the fee, but for what it signals. Arsenal are no longer building for the future. The future is now. The breaking point at City. The roots of this move stretch back to the previous season. Alvarez, despite tallying double-digit goals and assists, often found himself living in the long shadow cast by Erling Haaland. At times deployed out wide, other times on the bench, the World Cup winner grew weary of being a second option. Whispers of his frustration made their way to North London, where Mikel Arteta, a former City man himself, saw the perfect opportunity to strike. Julian is more than a forward, Arteta said at the unveiling. He's a system, a mentality, a force, and at Arsenal, he will be free to be all of that. The Arteta project, a winger reborn. Though known as a striker, Arteta envisions Alvarez as a devastating inverted right winger, much like how he used Bukayo Saka in seasons past. With Saka now captain and often operating centrally or deeper, Alvarez brings ruthless verticality and flair to the wing, not just pace, but precision. In pre-season, fans immediately saw glimpses of what was to come. Alvarez drifting inside, combining with Ødegaard, darting behind lines, and scoring goals that sent echoes through the Emirates. The Gunners now boast a fluid front line. Alvarez on the right, Kavica Kvaratskhelia on the left, Lautaro Martinez through the middle. It's South American steel with European class. It's a trident of nightmares for Premier League defenders. Fans and fury. When the deal was announced, Arsenal's fan base erupted. Social media exploded with photoshopped kits, chants of "Spider in Red" filled the streets, and the club store saw Alvarez shirts sell out in 2 hours. Even former players weighed in. Ian Wright tweeted, "He's exactly what we've been missing, a monster with a smile." But not everyone was pleased. City fans felt betrayed. The club's brass insisted they didn't want to lose him, but Alvarez pushed hard for the move. He wanted a starting role. He wanted to lead the line. He wanted to be the guy. At Arsenal, he gets that chance. South American spirit, North London fire. Alvarez's first match in red and white came in the Community Shield against Liverpool, and he delivered. A blistering counter-attack saw him glide past 2 defenders, chop inside, and fire into the bottom corner. Emirates erupted. He kissed the badge. It was the perfect start. But for Alvarez, it's not about moments. It's about mission. "I've played with the best," he said in his first Arsenal interview. "I've won the World Cup. I've won the Champions League. But I came here to win something new, to help Arsenal return to the very top, to give everything to this badge." A system changed. Behind the scenes, Arteta redesigned Arsenal's system to fit the new arrival. The 4-3-3 now operates with a high, aggressive press. Alvarez is the tip of the spear, relentlessly harassing defenders, cutting off passing lanes and leading transitions. He is more than a winger. He is a fire starter. His chemistry with Martin Ødegaard is immediate. With Ben White overlapping and Rice covering ground behind, Alvarez is given license to roam, to attack, to be unpredictable. The combination play, the pressing triggers, the positioning, everything clicks. Arsenal look like champions in waiting. Legacy in the making. By mid-season, Alvarez has already scored 14 goals and assisted 9. His work rate is unmatched. His smile is infectious. His passion is undeniable.